Good morning and welcome to the Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. We always suffer some loss. The loss can be material, it can be physical, it can be loss of property, it can be human loss. And most of the people, or rather everybody, has a moment of depression and a moment of absolute dejection when the loss happens, and that is commensurate with, that's proportionate with the value of the loss. People get over the loss of property very often, very soon. But when there's a human loss, then it is something that sends a shock waves. Recently, the wife of a person known to me died. And when the news reached me, I said, well, it's good that woman died. She had been suffering for almost 3 months, had been on ventilator for more than 50 days. And her married life had also not been very happy. The infidelity of her husband and the indifference of her husband had made her a practical shrew who had lost all her trust and faith. And the sister of the husband called me from India and said that her brother is full of depression, is feeling sad, dejected, morose, is saying that he has lost everything in his life. What should he do? The husband called me and I told him that everybody has to carry his or her own burden. Now, point arises, why is it that we value a person after the person is gone and often gone forever? How, as human beings, we are not able to appreciate the person, or rather we betray the innermost sanctity of the relationship and then develop a cold, callous, inhuman attitude. And when the person is gone, then we start thinking, wow, what have we lost? Now, how to handle life after the departure of a dear and near one is a question that torments everybody. You know, proverbs are there, aplenty. Time heals everything. It does. But till the time you are healed is a time of virtual hell. And this tale of the husband, who himself had been indifferent, shows how lonely one can be. The life partner, even if you are not happy, the life partner has always become a tendency to become a part of your life. And when that part of the life is separated, life is intolerable. That is undeniable. So I can understand the anguish of her husband, notwithstanding the fact that he of high crime of infidelity, high crime of indifference. You know, we call betrayal of the country as treason. Is the betrayal of your partner not treason? We say the person who betrays the country should be hanged. Should the betrayer of the individual human soul not be hanged? Now, if that thought comes to you after the death of the person, why should it not come to you in the beginning? You know, our value system is such that we are always incapable of appreciating the value of things which are priceless. We know the price of everything, but we do not know the value of those things. The value of companionship, the value of care, the value of love and affection, the value of loyalty. These are the things which need to be understood and appreciated. But since they are not available in the local superstore, we don't know the price. We lose a diamond and we say, okay, I lost a diamond worth $40,000, $50,000. We lose a human life and we cannot compute the cost of that. Whose fault is it? If we cannot put a value, and I don't mean a cash value, value need not be counted in cash terms, in dollar terms. It has to be counted in the eons of life and eons of the moments that go to make a life. So the question arises, how do we handle life after the departure of the dear and dear ones, even if that dear and dear ones was a person whom we wronged, whom we betrayed? The only way is A, basically handling after that. As I said, there are two ways. One is appreciation during the lifetime and a commitment. When a holy wedlock becomes an unholy deadlock, there are always two options. Either to adjust and compromise, and if you can't compromise, separate. Ending is always better when you are able to pick up the ends and start a new life. But suppose you have lived a life, even if it's the life of a cat and dog, then there has to be certain commitment. And commitment does not mean only providing the basic necessities, all the necessities and the comforts and the luxuries of life. Commitment is to appreciate the work, appreciate the person, appreciate the qualities, appreciate the companionship. And that helps us, enables us to handle the loss after the loss has happened. Now you will say that, as a matter of fact, and you might be correct to some extent, that if you are appreciating, the loss would be more, the grief would be more intense. Yes, it would be. But there would be a glimmer that you were happy when you were together, that you were able to give a quality time to your partner. And the appreciation of that quality time would enable you to handle the loss easily. Now the point is, suppose you have not cared at that time, then how do you handle the loss? There are ways and ways of doing it. The best way is to commune with nature, indulge in mindfulness. Marcel Proust, a French novelist, wrote a series of novels, 19 volumes, Remembrance of the Things Past. And when I read that series completely, I was flabbergasted at the depth of the human psychology and the human feelings that he was able to analyze in the novel and present. I think no psychologist, no psychiatrist has been able to delve deep in the minds of the human beings than that man, how the rumination of the past can enable you to live again. The loss is irreparable. This is only one loss that is irreparable. But you can appreciate the loss even. And that's what I call mindfulness. Appreciate the moment. Now, instead of saying that my partner suffered and died, no, I'm alone, why self-pity? Do not forget that pigs wallow in the mud. Human beings don't do. Just self-pity or self-condemnation. It reminds me of the Muharram celebrations when the people flog themselves, or some jugglers doing it. Sincerity doesn't mean that you have to start inflicting wounds on yourself, whether physical or mental. If you are really sincere, relive those memories, good or bad. You are a part actor in those memories. And as such, when you relive them, you will find a certain consolation. But no justification. You don't have to justify what you did, and you don't have to condemn what you did. What has happened has happened. What has passed is past. So relive the past in your imagination. And then get over that. The second part is, if you want to be really, indulge yourself in redeeming the past. And how can you redeem it? By building bridges. Bridges with the people, bridges with the society, and most importantly, bridges with the nature. What we normally do is, when we happen to face a situation where the loss is irreparable, we start breaking the bridges rather than building the bridges. We build the bridges with the other human beings, all right, but we break the bridge with the nature. The solitude. You know what happens is, we are afraid of being lonely and isolated. Yes, you are isolated. Yes, you are lonely. But there is one factor which can connect you to nature, and that is participation in nature itself. The moment you are able to take up that aspect, enjoy the beauty of the sunrise, enjoy the starlit night, and even enjoy the storm-filled sky. Enjoy the snowflakes falling on the ground. Enjoy the water lapping on the beach. Enjoy the chirping of the sparrows. And enjoy the flutter of the butterflies. Enjoy the small, tiny movement of a snail and an earthworm. See the owl perched on the top of a tree with the yellow eyes glaring at you. See the vultures scoop down, pick up an animal and eat it up. See the fish opening their mouths, swallowing water. Each aspect of natural life will connect you and make you a human being. It is connectivity with the nature which is the most healing, most recuperative. It restores you to your sanity. And as I was referring to that gentleman who had been insincere, cold, callous to his wife, maybe this connectivity with nature would enable some balm to the soul. It's a spirit, human spirit, which doesn't need. What the people normally do is self-pity and self-condemnation. Both these qualities, self-pity and self-condemnation, are in fact a sign of not desiring to improve, not desiring to come to terms with life. What some people do is they are lost in the work. That's another stupid thing to do. This is like cutting yourself away from your emotions, crushing them. But people ordinarily do that. Only when you are able to express your faults openly, at the top of your voice, you have to tell nature, well, look here, you have been a person who was not fit to be a person, but the companionship made you a better human being. And now the loss of that companionship has left your ocean liner in the ocean rudderless. That connectivity, when you are able to establish with that ocean, when you are in a rudderless boat, would give you peace of mind. Milton wrote one sentence: peace of mind, calm of mind, all passions spent. The loss makes you feel drained. Your passions are gone. Connectivity of nature would restore the sanity to the mind and maybe also make you a better human being. Think about it. Thank you.